A secret, kept from the cameras in the court, has reportedly erupted within the walls of the royal palace. And tonight, we are told it has placed King Felipe VI in an impossible position, forcing a confrontation he never wanted. This is Royal Report 24/7. What you're about to hear is not yet a confirmed fact, but a story pieced together from multiple insider reports, whispers from Madrid's inner circles, and the observations of veteran royal commentators. If you value deep, behind-the-throne analysis, you need to stay with us. Subscribe now and hit the like button. This is a story that will evolve by the hour. For years, Princess Leonor has been the picture of impeccable discipline. Her life, a masterclass in royal preparation, has unfolded like a perfectly scripted play. Military academies, state functions, language studies. Every move calculated to cement her as the flawless future Queen of Spain. But what happens when the most carefully guarded script is rewritten by the human heart? According to several sources speaking to European tabloids and royal blogs under strict conditions of anonymity, the Princess of Asturias, the heir to the throne, has been involved in a private, serious romantic relationship. A relationship kept entirely out of the public eye until now. And the alleged identity of the person involved is what has sent shockwaves through the monarchy's highest levels. The reports, which we must stress are speculative and unverified by the Zarzuela Palace, point not to a fellow royal or a scion of an aristocratic Spanish family, but to someone from a wholly different world. Insiders claim it is a young man she met during her time at UWC Atlantic College in Wales, a person described as brilliant, from a professional but decidedly non-noble background, and, most critically, with no desire for a life under the relentless spotlight of royal duty. This isn't a fairy tale romance with a prince. This, the sources suggest, is a profound and private connection that exists in stark opposition to the very public life Leonor is destined to lead. To understand the magnitude of this alleged crisis, you must first understand the unspoken rule that governs the life of a direct heir. Romance is not a private affair. It is a matter of state. Every potential partner is vetted not for character alone, but for lineage, family history, political neutrality, and their ability to withstand the unique pressures of royal life. King Felipe and Queen Letizia themselves endured intense scrutiny, but Letizia, a renowned journalist, entered the relationship with a clear-eyed understanding of the cost. The scenario now being painted is fundamentally different. A partner who may not want any part of the institution Leonor is the shock attributed to King Felipe, according to these anonymous accounts, is multifaceted. First, there is the personal betrayal of secrecy. The king, who has strived to maintain an open and trusting relationship with his daughters amid their gilded cage, is said to be deeply hurt that such a significant part of Leonor's life was hidden from him. But far beyond the personal hurt lies the constitutional dread. Leonor is not just his daughter. She is the future head of state. Her choice of consort is one of the most critical decisions of her reign, impacting public perception, the stability of the monarchy, and the very continuity of the crown. A partner reluctant to serve, or one whose background could become a political football in Spain's fractious climate, is seen by traditionalists as an existential risk. Where's Queen Letizia in all this? Analysts are reading the tea leaves of her recent public appearances. A certain tension behind the eyes, a rare moment of visible distance during a family event. As a woman who chose to marry into this life, and who paid a tremendous personal price to reshape herself into a consort, her perspective would be uniquely complex. Insiders are divided. Some suggest she might be a secret advocate for Leonor's right to personal happiness, understanding the sacrifice better than anyone. Others believe her fierce protectiveness of the monarchy's modern image would align her firmly with the king, urging a swift and decisive resolution to protect her daughter from a love that could ultimately destroy her peace. And what of Leonor herself? The 18-year-old who has always been so preternaturally poised. This alleged story reveals a different facet. Not just a princess, but a young woman who has, in one fundamental way, rebelled. She has carved out a space for something truly her own. But what cost? The pressure she now faces is unimaginable. Does she choose the duty, she was born to, knowing it may mean sacrificing a deep personal connection? Or does she, in some way, try to force the monarchy to adapt to her choice, a move that could trigger a crisis of untold proportions? The palace's silence is, as always, deafening. But the absence of a denial in the face of such specific, spreading rumors is, to seasoned watchers, telling. There is a protocol for such things, swift, firm rebuttals to protect the heir. The fact that one has not emerged suggests, at the very least, that there is a serious internal discussion happening, a crisis management session of the highest order. Are they investigating? Are they negotiating? Are they simply hoping it will blow over? The implications ripple outward. To Infanta Sofia, the younger sister, who watches and learns. To the royal households of Europe, who have all faced their own romantic scandals and know the delicate dance required. To the Spanish people, particularly the youth who admire Leonor's grace, but might champion her right to love freely. This is the tightrope King Felipe must walk, enforcing centuries of tradition and protocol while navigating the court of public opinion in the 21st century. What happens next? The sources claim several scenarios are on the table, all fraught. A gentle, forced separation, orchestrated through a barrage of new duties and foreign travel for Leonor. A formal, painful end to the relationship, presented as a mutual decision. Or, in a most dramatic and unlikely turn, a desperate attempt to groom and prepare this outsider for a role he may never want. A gamble that could backfire spectacularly. Every option carries the risk of turning a private matter into a public spectacle, which is precisely what the king fears most. This is more than a teenage romance. This is a fault line. It is the moment where the person chosen by birth collides with the person chosen by heart. For King Felipe, it is the ultimate test of his reign. Not from external enemies, but from within his own family, from the daughter he has prepared to succeed him. The coming days will be decisive. The palace cannot remain silent forever. A statement, a photograph, a sudden change in Leonor's schedule. Each will be a clue that we will be watching, analyzing, and connecting the dots. If you want to follow this developing story with context, not just clickbait, make Royal Report 24/7 your trusted source. This story is unfolding in real time. Subscribe now so you don't miss a single update. Like this video if you appreciate this depth of reporting, and share it with someone who understands that the real royal drama isn't in the crowns, but in the hearts that wear them. Share your thoughts below. What should a modern heir be allowed to choose? And most importantly, turn on notifications. Because when the palace speaks, we will be here to tell you what it really means. Until then, this is Royal Report 24/7.